And now, introducing your host for the evening, Schwalbe.
The first bisonCatholic live show, okay? You know, and there's just so many things that are happening. I've got so much excitement. I'm trying to like channel it into one stream. So, yeah, work with me while I'm going along this. Like I said, my name's Al. There's a couple things that I want you guys to know about me. Because, you know, after all, for this little 45-minute stretch, I am the center of the universe, okay? So, thing number one that you gotta know about me is that this is like an absolute dream come true. So I remember when I was growing up in Beulah, North Dakota, when I was about 5 years old, and it was sacrilege if I did not watch SNL when it came out Saturday night, 11 o'clock every night. That was the thing, and I just wished upon my one and only star that I could one day host a show like that. I remember watching the great skits like, you know, Band Down by the River, and you know, every Justin Timberlake one, and thinking that the monologue, like, oh, I just kill it. So then when somebody from the Newman Center called me and said, hey Al, you know, we're going to do this bisonCatholic live show, and we really think that you just have the great personality to be able to lead something like this. What do you think? And I just kind of sat on the other end of the line and thought, well, it's not NBC, but you know, why not, right? So I'm so excited. This is absolute dream come true, and we've got some really great people that are going to be coming up here, sharing a little bit about themselves. You're going to hear from the band, Focus Missionaries, and I'm so excited. Okay, thing number two is that I'm an ag student. Do I have some more ag students that are out in the crowd? Yeah, I think ag students are probably they're absolute ballers. It's kind of like scientifically and unscientifically proven that if you have ag in any part of your major or your background, you're pretty cool, okay? So the fun thing that I've got going on for me though is that, you know, I'm the ag major, animal science, and when I tell people you know, what do you, when someone asks me what do you want to do? I say, well, I'm animal science, but I'm pre-med, and they're like, 2 + 2 = 4, but animal science plus pre-med is not even doctors. What are you talking about, okay? And I have to go through this where I'm like, yeah, I want to be a doctor. It's like a vet. No, not like a vet, like an MD. And they're like, well, you want to deliver babies, right? I said, yeah, exactly. You want to deliver animal babies, right? I'm like, no, you missed the boat. We already went over that. But, you know, ag people like to stick together. I love having it. And if you maybe aren't ag, I'm not trying to knock you anyway. You can be one of my friends, but maybe just not one of those top-tier friends, you know? All right, and the third thing is that I'm super service-oriented. I totally love investing in other people. Now, something that comes to mind was actually last week when we were doing move-in. I was part of the move-in crew. Who here was either a part of the move-in crew or actually getting moved in to NDSU last week? Can I hear you? Yeah. So last week, myself and one of my friends who maybe wouldn't call me a friend, Ann, were walking over to the war site that was happening at the high-rises, okay? So as I was walking up the street, able to see what was going on there, the only thing that you could basically see was mini fridges. And I thought to myself, would you look at all these useless mini fridges, right? And you know what? I just kind of offered up my cross and grabbed that mini fridge and hauled it up the steps to the 9th floor of Severinsen because I was doing it for you guys. So it doesn't matter, you know, small or big. I just love to serve in any way that I can. So that's a little bit about me, center of the universe. Remember, okay? Yeah. And the last thing I want to visit with you guys about is really why we're here. Why are we having bisonCatholic Live online? You know, being able to be streaming, and aside from why on campus, we want to have more of a presence on campus. Yeah, we have great things like adoration. We have Bible studies on campus. We have discipleship on campus. There's so many things that a Newman brings to NDSU, but we can amplify that. And that's why we're really kicking off our year with bringing you all together here. We make a band. We brought the band back together, you know, right? we got the band, we got priests, we got people. This is just a melting pot of goodness. So I got a quick joke for you before we keep going, okay? You guys ready? Put on your thinking caps. So what do you get when you have somebody with really expensive shoes, and somebody who really likes corn, and somebody who always has got their collar popping in one room together? What do you get? Elijah? Not quite. Elijah?
I don't know. What is it, Al?
It's bisonCatholic Live! And those are all the speakers that we got coming up. So we've got a great show lined up for you guys. So stick around. I know you're not really going to be leaving, but don't leave early, okay? We've got great people showing up. The first person that we're actually going to have up and speak is one of you guys. He's a student here at NDSU. He's a sophomore that's pursuing the health profession. And help me welcome up to the stage TJ Husnick.
Al, the band.
I know, the band's back together.
They're incredible.
Wow. All right, TJ. So,
okay.
I haven't seen you for a little bit. How was the first week of classes?
Okay, first week. So I'm in the nursing program, and after the first week, I can already tell you why we have a shortage of nurses.
Oh wow! Can you explain?
I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty rough. Came up to NDSU a couple days early before classes start, and I'm checking my email, I have a few emails from my professors, read this chapter before you come to class, have this ready, read chapter 1 and 2 and 3 before class, okay? So I'd show up to the first day of class, Alright, here's project number 1, here's paper number 1, have all this done, Not as easy as freshman year, Al.
Oh, I love freshman year. So, you bring up freshman year, how was it for you?
Freshman year?
Like this?
Okay, freshman year, first off, me and the roommate got along great.
Oh yeah?
Yup, so, he, didn't even stop playing video games long enough to have a conversation with me, so we just got along great.
Hey Elijah.
What's up?
Do you remember when we lived together last year?
We did?
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, anyway, so roommate and I didn't really get along, wasn't clicking. So I had to go out and meet some new people, try and get some friends, And I wound up in a group of friends that didn't know how to have a good time unless alcohol was involved. So I wound up at my fair share of parties, and which is really funny because coming to college, that's one of the things I want to cut out after high school,
Mm-hmm. I guess TJ really didn't take you for an alcoholic. I mean, partier. Do you want to talk about it with someone? Do you want to talk to someone about it?
I mean, I didn't really come here for an AA meeting, but
well, you got one.
Since you asked, high school days, made some questionable decisions, Catholic, raised Catholic, went to church on Sundays, but that's pretty much just because Mom said so. School just came naturally to me. I was decent at sports, I had a good group of friends. Seemed like I had it all going for me, but I was just kind of in a place where, I wasn't really happy with where my life was at. So, looking at, today's culture or whatever, I figured, popularity, dating all the pretty girls, that would bring some joy to my life, So my high school self thinking, popularity, pretty girls, what better way to make that happen than partying, right?
Right, yeah.
Right.
You got ultimate happiness, but it kind of seems like, where your story's going is that you kind of got a cliff to go off of. What happened after that? Were you actually happy?
So, I started hanging out with a different group of friends and, going out to parties pretty much every weekend. And, I did end up with a lot of friends, more than I imagined. I was dating, the prettiest girl around, whatever. But, I was more lonely and, unhappy than I was in the first place. Yeah.
So, what happened when was there that big transformation or that light switch that really, brought you to the light?
Okay. Yeah, so coming to NSU, I'm like college, time for different life, done with high school. And luckily, I had an older sister that came to NSU. So I figured maybe she had some good advice for me. Started inviting me to all these St. Paul Newman Center events, So I figured, why not? I mean, not hanging out with the roommate. Go check them out, see what's going on. And I actually ended up meeting some really awesome people. Turns out all Catholics aren't crazy and they don't sit inside and read the Bible all day.
Yeah, that's right, because Catholics don't read the Bible.
And through these events, meeting these people, I started building really true, authentic friendships with people that actually wanted the best for me. And then I decided I wanted to get involved there. Joined a Bible study. I joined another Bible study. And building up these friendships, I just found myself in a place that, I felt like I could be myself. Found out that, the more I learned about Catholicism and the more I grew in my faith, the more I wanted to learn and the more I wanted to grow deeper in my relationship with Christ. And, at this point now, I'm still dating the prettiest girl around, but, yeah, I'm at a point where, I couldn't be happier, and I'm never lonely, because I always got my main man, Jesus Christ, right by my side, and, yeah, can't complain about anything,
Oh, awesome. Well, glad to hear that. Except I might have to, we can have a side conversation about having the prettiest girlfriend, so.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get back now. Alright, so we got a couple seconds left. Do you have some words of wisdom for the people out in the audience today?
Okay. Yeah, all I got to say is get involved, whether it's bisonCatholic or not bisonCatholic, preferably bisonCatholic. Getting involved is a great way to meet some new, really awesome people. Join a Bible study. I know for me personally, joining a Bible study really changed my life. So that's all I got for you.
Sweet. Thanks again, man. It's always a pleasure to sit down and visit with you. So thanks again for sharing a little bit. All right, everyone, give it up for TJ Husnick.